Hi, I'm Shivani Patel.
Hi, I'm Shannon Tudor, and welcome to the 5th episode of The Hive. Our next story is a feature on Johnny Sparky Reed, who won an award for being the biggest fan of LHS.
I would like to just take a second to talk about my friend Johnny Reed, that most of you know as Sparky. This last weekend at the Missouri State Athletic Directors Association banquet, Johnny, or Sparky as he's known, was one of 16 recipients of a Distinguished Service Award, and he was nominated by myself for that award for all that he does for us here at LHS, coming to games, supporting all of our sports teams, and always cheering for us. So I would like us.
Our next story is a feature on Coach Palmer, who has dedicated many years to physical education and the spiritual well-being of students.
I am a strength coach or a strength teacher. Also have physical education classes. I'm also an assistant football coach for the varsity football, and I run FCA, which is a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We do that on Thursday mornings.
And why do you do the things that you do for Lebanon High School?
Well, mainly because I was a kid once, and I had some great teachers that helped direct me in a way to be a positive part of society that'd be productive. And I wanted to pass that on to students today as well, and to try to get them headed in a direction there where they can be successful in life and also in their careers or their families or whatever it is they choose to do.
Next on The Hive features Mr. Sullins, who is a very inspirational teacher to everyone here at LHS.
Hi, my name is Rod Sullins. I am a teacher at Lebanon High School. I teach Missouri Options program. That is a GED within school. It is designed to help some students who are behind credits that have not much of a chance graduating high school to get a GED and also a high school diploma. I think that I have probably the best job in school, and what motivates me most to do this job is seeing the success of the students that I work with. Everybody's all good people. Some people are just made for school, and some people aren't really made for school, and a lot of times the students I work with are the ones that have trouble with traditional school. So it's really kind of motivates me to come in and help them get their GED and also get their high school diploma, being able to rock the stage in May. Well, I would say there's been a few, and this goes back to some students take the GED test and pass, and they say, oh good, oh great, that's fine. But I could name a handful that have passed the test, and when I tell them they passed, now you're talking to 17, 18, 19-year-old people that don't have a lot going for them, and when they find out they passed, they actually cry, they give you hugs, I mean real tears come down. It's just the neatest thing to see people appreciate something like that the way they do, and that is really fun for me. That's why I like to do the classes.
Our next story in The Hive is a feature of Janelle Weaver, our school nurse, who does everything she can to help all students here at LHS.
My name is Janelle Weaver, and I'm the nurse here at Lebanon High School. I've been a nurse for 30 years. I always wanted to be a school nurse, and that opportunity came up about close to 6 years ago. And I applied and made it. Oh, as usual, there's been so many, but probably just going to one was going to New York with the drama club, and went to Broadway and just got to be with the high school seniors mostly on a basis that was not in school basis. I don't know.
Our next story features Miss Campbell, our assistant principal.
Hi, I'm Cindy Campbell, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Lebanon High School. I'm in charge of attendance for the high school itself, at-risk services for the district. The reason I really like my job is because I also get to be in charge of A+. And that's a program that offers students 2 years of free college for basically doing what they should be doing anyway. Having at least a 2.5 GPA, 95% attendance, and completing 50 hours of tutoring over a 4-year period. So it's a great program, and it can save students and their parents 2 years of tuition.
Our next story in the Hive features one of our counselors, Dan Pitts.
I'm Dan Pitts. I'm a counselor here at the high school. I've been here for 2 years, and I work with kids with last names that begin with F through L. I have been a farmer for 20 years, and for some reason I somehow decided I wanted to get on the school board down in Hartville because my kids go there. And after spending time on the school board, I got to thinking, I would really like to work with kids. I like to work with high school students because I think I can help them as they kind of move on to careers and colleges and stuff like that. So when I was, in my 50s, I decided I would go back to school and become a counselor. I love being a counselor. I get to meet interesting people. I can share stories with them. I can share hopes and dreams with them. Every kid that comes in here has a hope and a dream. They've got something that they want to do with their life, and I just love being part of that. I love listening to what they got to say and, finding more out about them.
Our next story is a look back at the spring assembly.
Roll call. My name is Taylor. I have tea spirit. I don't do drugs. So check me out. Cha-cha-boo-chee, cha-cha-cha-boo-chee, roll call.
My name is Dylan. I've done drugs once. I am a jacket. So check me out.
Okay. U-G-L. I said, who's that jumping in my TV?
It's me. It's me.
The Americans.
Next on the Hive is about our student council election.
Hey guys, my name is Jordan Fowler and I am also running for executive office for student council this year. Instead of standing up here and listing reasons why I would like to be your president or what I think I can do, I'm going to focus on two things that our entire school can do and work together to be a better place. My first point to bring up is our school pride. I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes we seem to lack in spirit. And personally, I think our goal should be to have more spirit like Mr. Lowry so we could constantly be a pep rally wherever Mr. Lowry is. Did you hear me? I gave you a shout out! Woo! And we have several different ways you can get involved with our school. We have any club you could possibly want to be in. There's everything under the sun. We have amazing athletes in our program. We have wonderful singers and music, all kinds of sorts, and we have an amazing art program. So there's no excuse to not be involved with our school. My second point to bring up is that our student body shouldn't have to limit itself to thinking small. We have too many talents and abilities to even think about that, so why not dream big? Because no one has stopped us taking so long.
My name is Janessa Richardson, you didn't hear, and I'm running for executive vice president. I love student council for many reasons. I've been part of student council for a very long time, and part of my Stuco experience, I've acquired leadership skills, management skills, and motivation to do my best in everything that I do. This is my third year being on high school council. My freshman and sophomore year, I've been the president, and this year I've been a junior representative. On my 3 years council, I've done all the jobs and more that were required of me. I've chaired assemblies, class floats, committees, and shared Christmas. I've also attended the district and state conventions as well as the summer workshop in Fulton. I give 100% in everything that I do for council. I care about Stuco so much, and I take pride in being part of a big organization that provides services for the school community and the staff here. I take Stuco seriously and want my fellow Stuco members and I to succeed in everything that our organization does.
Hi. So as she said, my name is Rachel Young, and I am running for executive secretary. I think that I would make a great executive secretary because I genuinely care about the success of not only student council, but of the individual members that are on council. I do council as a team, and I've had plenty of experience being on teams before. Every one of those activities requires teamwork, heart, time, and effort. I'm truly dedicated and have my heart behind each and every one of them. Since being on council, I've helped with the Veterans Day Assembly, candygrams for that special someone, school dances, promoting the American Heart Association, teacher appreciation, selling t-shirts at lunch, and many more. Personally, I've been in charge of the blood drive, spirit week, and seatbelt safety awareness.
Hi guys, I'm your next executive president. Can't wait! Woo!
My name is Janessa Richardson, and I'm next year's executive vice president, and I'm excited for next year.
Hi, my name is Rachel Young, and I'm the new executive secretary of Student Council. I'm excited for this upcoming year because we have a lot of fresh faces on Student Council, and I can't wait to help them lead the way.
Next story in the Hive is a feature on Bill Wheeler, who is a local historian.
My name is Bill Wheeler. I am a resident of Lebanon, Missouri, and have been for many, many years. Missouri became a state in 1821, and this part of the state was really not settled until much later than that. Even the Indians, the Osage tribe, which most people are familiar with, didn't really use this as a permanent campground. They used it as a hunting area, and they would come here in the summer and they would hunt. There was elk and bear and, of course, deer and wild turkey. And then they would go back to Kansas, and it was shared by the Kickapoo and a lot of other tribes. So this part of Missouri was not settled until basically around the Civil War. Well, Lebanon got its name, came from Lebanon, Tennessee, and I guess they still had a passion for Lebanon, Tennessee, and they were some of the first settlers in the Lebanon area, and they wanted to name it Lebanon. The only other argument going on at the time, some wanted to name it Wyoda, which was the name of the old Indian encampment, hunting encampment, and the Harrison family won out, and it was named after Lebanon, Tennessee. Well, the Bennett Spring area, it has been a state park way back in the 20s, and actually the property where the spring is was owned by the Bennett family. And if you remember, the author of the Bennett, the preacher who was here in town, that was some of his family. And it was, when the state bought it, they named it Bennett Spring, and it is singular. It's not plural. There's no S on it.
Just Bennett Spring.
Bennett Spring. They named it after the Bennett family. Well, it's one of the most popular fishing places in the state of Missouri. They have more fishing pressure there, and of course with the trout park there, the trout raising stream, they raise a lot of trout and send it to other parks all over the state. It is a very beautiful park. It is heavily used. I have even heard rumors that it is being overused, and possibly it'll be like Yellowstone, which is a federal park, that they will actually have to limit the number of people that can come in. Someone will have to leave before somebody else can come in. But I hope that doesn't happen, because it is a real asset to our community. Even though part of it is in Dallas County, we share that with Dallas County. It is a real benefit economically and tourism-wise to the city of Lebanon. Well, Route 66 has a long history through Laclede County. Of course, it's hard to say when Route 66 really started. The old road was built in the 1926, but you have to trace it all the way back to the old Indian trails that went through this country. And if you look at our county, all the way from here back through Rolla to St. Louis, there is an upland. There is a very high plateau, and the Indians use this, and probably the Indians use it because it was an old buffalo trail, and the Indians used it on going into the southwest. After that, the Butterfield stage used this route, and then after that, the Wire Road used the route when the railroad came through. And then for many years, it was just a dirt road, a wagon trail that was called Highway 14 by the state of Missouri. But in 1926, the federal government saw the need of having a nationwide road system, and that's where Route 66 got its start. Of course, the story is that the people along the route wanted the number 60, and 60 was already taken by the highway that goes through Seymour and south of here. So they settled at the Woodruff Building in Springfield one evening that, well, we can't have 60, so we'll call it 66. And 66 became a very popular name for our highway. Yeah, that is very true, and that's quite a story too. The original route the engineers came in and looked at our country, starting from Rolla, actually, and you had to cross the Piney and the Little Piney and the Gasconade and the Rubidoux, and then the Gasconade again at Hazel Green. And the engineers said there's too many bridges to build, the country is too rough, we just can't build it through Pulaski, Laclede, and Webster County. So they said, no, it has to go south out of Rolla, and it would follow basically the same route into Springfield that Highway 60 follows today. But Lebanon, in its infinite wisdom, sent a delegation to Jefferson City. Even the high school band went, and they marched and they played for the legislators and the engineers, the Missouri Department of Transportation, and convinced them to take one more look at coming through our county. So down at Hazel Green, where the bridge is now, a delegation from Laclede County met the engineers down there, and they showed them a path up through the valley, up through across the river there at Hazel Green, and up through the valley at Bear Creek, and a way of getting into Lebanon that would not cost a lot of money. And they convinced the engineers that this was the best route. So consequently, we got Route 66, and we have I-44 today. Without Route 66, we would not have I-44 coming through our community. Lebanon has a wonderful history. Of course, the original town of Lebanon started in 1849, but before then, there was a Butterfield stagecoach stop out east of town, and I've done a lot of research on finding exactly where that old Butterfield stagecoach stop was. It was run by the Appling family, and it is on some of the old maps that are available, but it's very hard to pinpoint because there was no foundations back then or anything like that. But in 1849, when the first settlers came to the Lebanon area, they elected to be over in the east part of town. What we refer to now is the original Lebanon. Some people may remember it as what we call Old Town. Well, this was a rise in the topography. It was actually a hill. If you go down Harwood Street, you look up the hill to get to what is the original town. And they said that that was the best place to put a town because the rest of it was too swampy, and there was diseases and what have you. So they put the town over there. It was on a square concept. It was a square with the business places all around the square. And then when the railroad came through, the Frisco Railroad asked the city of Lebanon if they would give them some property there in Old Town to put the depot on. And for some reason, the city fathers elected not to. I think it disappointed the Frisco Railroad, and they said, well, if you won't give us room for the property, we'll just move the railroad a mile away from your town. And they did. They moved the railroad over to where it is now, and they said in a few years the town will grow around the railroad, and it did, and that's the reason we have Commercial Street where it is. And that's another reason why Lebanon is, if you look at it on a map, some of the streets run north and south, and some run with the railroad. So we have no consistency on our street because of that move, and that was in 1868. Lebanon was one of the major stops on the old Frisco Railroad. During the Civil War, the railroad stopped at Rolla, and then it came on to Lebanon in 1868.
Next on the hive is about Coach Franks, who is a physical education teacher here at LHS.
For Lebanon football, I'm the defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach.
All right. As a defense coordinator, what is your job?
My job is to break down the offense from the opposing team and to coordinate the defensive scheme within our system as far as our high school, our junior high, and youth programs. And then for the game, obviously I break down the opponent, get them ready, make sure the game plan's intact and ready to go.
Okay, what's your favorite part about coaching?
Favorite part about coaching is being with the kids. They're keep you young. It's a lot of fun. They're keep you entertained, and it's just a good time. I get to be around football sport. The sport did a lot for me, and I'm glad to give back.